You know, sometimes there is literally nothing the BBC can say or do that won't get them criticism. I mean, I'm guilty of it, but, you know, I do try and give credit where credit's due, but some people just won't let it go. Anti-Monarchy, BBC offers tips on how to avoid coronation. So this is an article from GB News where they're accusing the BBC of being anti-monarchy, anti-British, anti-everything. You know, you've got to give credit where it's due sometimes. Not everybody's that interested in the coronation. I'm proudly British. I wouldn't want to be any other nationality. I genuinely wouldn't. But I am not a royalist. And there are many people out there that aren't royalists. And the BBC's mission is to give both sides of the story. It has to be impartial, apparently. So we can't. If it kept going pro-monarchy all the time, it would get dug out by people who are, you know, anti-royal, saying you can't just talk about the monarchy constantly. But if they didn't talk about the monarchy at all, you'd have the royalists over it. So they can't win, and the reason they can't win is because they're publicly funded, so everybody thinks they're a stakeholder in the BBC. But I don't think it's that bad. The BBC are trying to give both sides of the story. But let's have a look, because I genuinely haven't read this. I thought we could read it together. All I spotted was the headline. I bookmarked it. So let's read it together and see if it is bad enough to warrant a sensationalist headline from GB News, shall we? Opening the article, the BBC wrote, if you want to avoid all the pomp and ceremony, here are 5 tips for an alternative coronation weekend. I didn't see any of the coronation stuff on the weekend. I'm just not. I don't watch broadcast TV, as you know, and I'm just not. I'm not. If you are, that's fine. It's wonderful. You're allowed to like what you want to like, and if you like it, that's wonderful. Personally, yeah, it's not for me. I didn't catch any of it. I didn't need an article to tell me that, but I don't have a problem with them. But I did dig out, look, defund the BBC's campaign director, Rebecca Ryan, probably asking for more donations and what she's going to do with them. I'm not quite sure. The BBC is anti-monarchy and anti-Britain, and yet they continue to bully the British people into paying the TV licence fee. Thanks for that, Rebecca Ryan of Defund the BBC. So what did they say in this article anyway? 5 tips on how to avoid the coronation of King Charles III. Right. Avoid central London. Okay. Go offline. Social media will be overloaded with coronation content. Escape to the country. If you cannot avoid street parties in your neighbourhood, why not escape to the country? Yeah, that's not going to help. That's not going to help. The Countryside Charity has worked out a map of the quietest places in England. Fen Drayton Reserve in Cambridgeshire, Boston Beach, Somerset. You weren't avoiding it. I live in the country, trust me. You weren't avoiding it by being in the country. Look for alternative plans. The Dog and Partridge pub in Sheffield has become an anti-coronation safe space. And the Brewers in Manchester, blah, blah, blah. Curl up at home with some of our best content. Well, does that sound anti-monarchy to you? Or anti-British? It's giving both sides of the story, isn't it? There's a lot of people out there that weren't interested in anything to do with the coronation, me being one of them. And all right, it's all nonsense in there. I don't think GB News are just looking for a dig at the BBC for any reason at all, aren't they? I don't think that one's... I don't know. I don't think that one's justified. What do you think about that? Do you think it was right for the BBC to put that article out or not? I don't have a problem with it, as I said. Let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Because that way, hopefully I'll see you in another video again soon, won't I? Ta-da!